It's Bill Cosby's own words that provide the strongest evidence so far for more than 24 women, alleging the 77-year-old comedian drugged and raped them. In it, Cosby admitted to having 7 prescriptions for Quaaludes. He was asked, when you got the Quaaludes, was it in your mind that you were going to use the Quaaludes for young women that you wanted to have sex with? Cosby responded, yes.
America's dad has now become America's shame. Images, TV repeats, and any connection with Bill Cosby is now becoming the stuff of history. And despite the fact he has not been legally charged with anything, the connection from A to Z with the letter Q, for Quaaludes in between, cannot and should not be ignored. Bill Cosby has few left like Whoopi Goldberg, willing to wait for more to emerge. He has another audience to face, and no one should be laughing. Welcome back to The Hardline. The attorney for 17 women who have charged Cosby with sexual assault over the decades, attorney Gloria Allred. Gloria, always a pleasure to get a chance to speak with you. When you hear people such as Whoopi Goldberg, who recently came out and said, I'm still holding back on any judgment, that has got to gnaw at you, because this has got to be vindication for your clients and everybody else.
Well, and she says that he's innocent unless he's proven guilty, but that's not exactly correct. Because in the law, in a court, you are presumed innocent unless and until you're proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. But that only is a presumption. It doesn't mean a person is innocent, just that it's a legal presumption. And by the way, when you said he hasn't been charged, that's not exactly right either, because I represent Judy Huss. And Judy Huss, in her civil lawsuit against Bill Cosby, which is currently before the California Supreme Court, and she alleges that Mr. Cosby, she alleges in her lawsuit that Mr. Cosby engaged in sexual inappropriate conduct. I'm not going to go into details here, but with her when she was only 15 years old at the Playboy Mansion. Now, Mr. Cosby has not wanted this to be in court. He has tried to get this case dismissed. It was not dismissed at the lower court. He then petitioned the California Court of Appeals. They declined to review it. They declined to issue a writ. We were supposed to take Mr. Cosby's deposition in my office on June 26th, but Mr. Cosby then filed a petition for review with the California Supreme Court. And so we just filed our opposition brief, by the way, to his petition on Monday, and he has about 2 weeks to reply, and then the California Supreme Court will decide whether they're going to accept this case for review or not. If not, then the case is going to go back to the trial court, and we're going to proceed, and then I want to take his deposition, and I want to ask him about these latest admissions in this deposition from 2005, that he used Quaaludes, or that is, at least on one woman, and that obtained 7 prescriptions for Quaaludes with the intent to have sex with other young women.
Gloria, with regard to those Quaaludes, if I might, former Montgomery County DA Bruce Casters says there is a legal angle that not a lot of people are considering yet because we're distracted by the comments about Quaaludes. I want you to hear his comments right here.
You now have a transcript under oath. It is lengthy enough that it covers a whole lot of subjects. If you can show that he told material lies during that transcript, he could still potentially be prosecuted for perjury, the statute of limitations notwithstanding, because it was under seal.
I got about 90 seconds, Gloria. You agree with his comments?
Unfortunately, I couldn't hear any of those comments, but all I can say is I have heard some of his comments elsewhere. And
he was talking specifically about perjury as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, really the question is, you know, what else is in that deposition, and is there a sufficient basis for perjury? I don't know. I'm going to have to read a couple hundred pages of the deposition, which I'm very interested in, and I'm going to look at, you know, I also want to see other documents, which hopefully are going to be released from that case. But I'm not going to jump to that conclusion until I've had a chance to review it. Having said that, I think this prosecutor really should have, more seriously considered prosecuting at the time. And I think maybe right now he's trying to take the spotlight off the fact that he didn't prosecute. There were a lot of other people that he could have talked to. Did he talk to all of them? There were a lot of Jane Does in that case. Did he talk to them?
Let me ask
because,
you right now.
Some of them alleged, something similar to what Andrea Constant was alleging.
If I can, Gloria, I've only got 30 seconds left. What is your next move?
Our next move is to see what the California Supreme Court does. And we'll see that in about, whenever they decide to decide. But hopefully that's going to be soon, and we vigorously are going to represent Judith Huth because she wants her day in court. She wants justice, and it's long overdue for her.
And there are so many others who are waiting as well, not only for that to happen, but for others to get into court and speak about Mr. Cosby. Gloria Allred, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, take care. Let me ask you now, with regard to our audience, the Bill Cosby case is out. Tell us what you think about this right now. Do you still wait, or have you now made your decision? Tell us via email, Facebook, and Twitter. And coming up next, telling it like it is, and the hammering of a female comic. Something we should all be laughing at. Next on Hardline.